to my YouTube channel. I am new here in this community. Should have been started a long time ago, but I ain't had time. But I'm gonna make time now because my assistant said that I need to make one. So here it goes. All right, for those that don't know who I am Mayana Nicole. I am a healthy hair hairstylist and a certified trichologist. If you don't know what trichology is, I will tell you in the next video, but basically it's like a hair doctor, but not a hair doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I am a hair doctor, if that makes sense. I help people grow their hair and keep it healthy. I am also the owner of Yes Hair Co. And it is a healthy hair care line where we teach people or give you products to help you grow your hair and keep it healthy, because yes, your hair grows from the scalp, but a lot of people do not know how to retain length. So yes, your hair grows a ½ an inch a month by science minimum, but the reason why a lot of people's hair is stuck at a certain length or it's not growing longer is because they don't know what to do with their hair, pretty much. Basically, you're not doing, your regimen sucks, your products suck and everything. It's not working out, right? So you're not retaining. So we're going to talk about the first thing. We're going to talk about trims, why you should get trims, how often you should get trims. So my recommendation, I usually tell people don't go 4 months, so that you should trim your hair every 6 to 12 weeks. And if you keep up with your trims, you're only going to get it dusted, which means just a small amount of hair will be trimmed off if you keep up with it. And this is if your hair is already healthy. Now, if you already have some type of damage, then of course you may need all of this cut off, but some stylists are not going to cut all of that off. We're going to wait till it grows down. Like me, myself, I'm going to wait till it grows down and I'm going to trim. Grow down, trim until all of it is gone. So when your hair is all healthy, then you will be going to just get a small amount trimmed off every 4 months, 6 to 12 weeks. It just depends on you, depends on how you want your hair to look, how you want your hair to swing, right? But that does not make your hair grow faster. It just helps you retain length, if that makes sense. So getting a trim helps retain length, so you want to make sure you do that, because when you do have breakage or your hair does start break, it breaks from the ends up. If you have any internal breakage due to tight ponytails, hairstyles, or anything, or any type of tension or anything, your hair can break in the inside, and you would need to want to treat that too. So let's talk about the building blocks. Protein. A lot of people say that their hair is protein sensitive, and I understand that, but I don't understand that, because your hair is naturally made of, the structure of your hair is made of several different bonds, and it's made of keratin, right? So over time, you need to replenish those bonds or your hair is going to break. That's just how it is. And you could be doing absolutely nothing for your hair to break. Your hair can actually break off due to the sun. Water, just using water could cause your hair to break. Friction, chemicals, and heat, of course, breaks the hair off. So over time, that protein actually depletes, and you want to be able to replenish that. So I'm gonna tell you this. Here's a trick, what you could do. If you ever pull a piece of your hair out, or don't pull it out, if you ever see a piece of your hair fall out because your hair naturally sheds, take a piece of your hair and hold it up into the light. If you see dark light spots right in your hair, those lighter spots mean that there's holes in your hair. So you would want to go in and put the keratin and the protein bonds back into the hair so that it'll be strong, right? Now, when you do treat your hair, because I do stress treatments and building those bonds back, it doesn't go back to the original state. It just prevents it from continuing to break and fall out, so that you can retain as much length as possible. So it's important for you to continue with your treatments, because if you don't continue the treatments, it's going to revert back to the damaged state, because you're not continually treating your hair. So another thing, let's talk about vitamin deficiency. If you follow me on Instagram, Yes Hair Co, I pop up there sometimes and I pull and do these reels where I give you small facts about your hair. Most of the time when people's hair is falling out or is shedding real bad, they may have a vitamin deficiency, and the most common one is vitamin D or iron. But there's also several other ones, such as like B12 and other things like that. But when you go to the doctor, make sure that they run tests to make sure that your vitamin D level is high, your iron is light, and also while you're there, if you're experiencing hair loss, make sure they check your hormonal levels, right? Make sure that they run a testosterone, cortisol, and thyroid check, because hormones that are not balanced can cause hair loss also. Let's talk about your hairstyles. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the hairstyles. Excessive tight styles or ponytails or a lot of manipulation causes breakage. So sometimes your hair isn't growing is because you messing it up. Yeah. So that's why when people wear these protective styles, they're keeping their hair from being manipulated. And I'm not saying you have to wear a wig, you don't have to wear braids. A protective style could be your hair pulled back into a light ponytail or bun and your ends tucked away, because your ends are the longest. Because your ends are the oldest part of your hair, which means that you have to babyfy that hair pretty much. So you want to make sure that you're protecting it, you're keeping it moisturized, you're sealing in as much moisture, and you're not manipulating it, and you're keeping it off the back of your collar, because you don't want breakage right here. Usually a lot of people have breakage right here, and it's due to your neck and your hair just rubbing on the back of your hair. Now let's talk about your hair care regimen. Your hair care regimen is very important, and everyone's hair care regimen is going to be different. Your hair care regimen is going to depend solely on what your hair needs at that moment. And everyone's hair texture and porosity is different. So one person may use heat with their treatment more often than the next person. So you need to find something that works for you, because all hair texture is different and all hair types are different. But one thing for sure, two things for certain: hair is hair, the structure of hair is still made the same, and you still need to deep condition your hair. You still need to hydrate your hair. You need to keep your hair, you don't want to manipulate your hair often, and your hair will grow. So we're going to talk about scalp issues also. So scalp issues. If you have psoriasis, dermatitis, or any of those scalp issues, you want to address those, because those are issues that could prevent your hair from growing or also cause balding and thinning around those areas. Dandruff is very common, and it's just caused by a bunch of yeast buildup on the scalp, and you want to get that treated and use some anti-inflammatory medication and things like that to help get that under control, because a healthy scalp is healthy hair. So I think that's about it for today. This is my first YouTube video, and I was like, let me go ahead and throw something on here real quick. I promise y'all that I'm going to have a better one next time, and I'll be more prepared. But if you guys have any more questions about hair loss or how to grow your hair and you want to see something, drop it below in the comments, and I will get to working on that for y'all.